Alright, guys, we're going to start out with Colombia this time. New expansion. Or, sorry, not expansion. New version. I think they've added a couple features, not anything like crazy, though. Other than, like, maybe they're trying to fix the naval side. Small and medium business owners, that's actually really good. Landowners, looks like it's good. International bankers, because we are Western aligned. Pretty solid, right? I think we're going to get rid of that, probably for military. Looks like all our expenses are pretty average and level. We are a consumption economy right now. A lot of mandatory service, regulated migration. Kind of a weird mix we got starting out here. Not the worst. Focus tree is generic. So I guess we could start out doing the generic things. This actually gives a productivity bonus in a territory. That is actually useful too. But the factory is going to be the thing we do want. Research slots. Let's see. Hop in here. I think I'm going to go. I'm not going to focus on any military stuff this early. Probably missile tech. So we get a space program. Can't see what we got. Let's pop up our economy stats here. Like we're losing money. Ooh, we don't have enough power. The power plant will help. Was it tax cost, unemployment? Okay, so we do have some population to work with for these factories. That's not bad. New update, right? So we get new things. Still gonna want to stick with the fuel here. Looks like there's the new panels I read about. These electrical grid things are completely new. Doesn't look like the costs are changed. Though maybe the construction cost is. I don't remember if that's what it was originally. Let's get our building queue built up here a little bit. Looks like we can build these power grids, and this gives you state repair and renewable energy power generation, and then you also get nuclear reactor construction speed. So I don't really want to build that unless I'm going to build nuclear power plants. This gives you resource gain per infrastructure and max factories in the state. Is it do I now need to have this to apply the resource extraction? That's new. If that's a thing. 42,000 construction cost is crazy though. Versus 38,000 for an actual factory. So these are more expensive than factories themselves. Yeah, so let's see if I can work with owner. I can't even say that. That province. Probably Caribe? No. Orinoquia. Like that. I don't know. That's a wild one. Probably want to have that be the start of our production line. All right. Unassigned divisions. Let's go ahead and get all that just thrown in a group so the notice is gone. I could click. Probably a select all. I just and to the unit. That's not it. Anyway, fuel. Yeah, we have enough. We're good on oil. See what we're doing. We have spare steel. How many factories do we have? 6 to work with, and 1 dockyard. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. Let's go ahead and start the countdown here. So fuel did stabilize. We're back. That's good. Looks like we are losing a ton of money though right now, but we have the generic options, so we'll be fine, and we have a lot of starting territory. I guess we could look at what we could aim for. Ecuador's western aligned. Peru is not though. And Peru has tech metals and steel, so that's nice. What about Brazil? Western aligned. Venezuela. Guyana. Suriname, I'm not sure. And France. I kind of want to eject France from here. Yeah. Bill Clinton is still president. That's gonna last for a couple days, I guess. And it's pretty like popping. I don't like that. That's not boding well. We have 146 billion in debt, and we only have 6 billion in the treasury to spend, and we're losing billions per day with tons of corruption. It's a good start, you know? That's a great start. That's how you want to start out. And yeah, our power situation's still terrible. Okay. Chechnya was puppeted by Russia. We have 8 factories base right now we can work with. That's like a and focus on tax rates. Okay, we have pretty low corporate tax rate. That's fine. We'll fix that later. Their tax cost goes down, hopefully. Or we get like 1.9 political power per day when we're not doing a focus tree item. I'm going to go ahead and bump the speed up, see if it'll not crash on me. Hopefully. One can pray. Yeah, I did try this actually earlier, and I think I made it 8 minutes into the playthrough, and it just gone. Bzooped. Done. Completely wiped out. Couldn't do anything. South America won. But no, we wanna I guess as the leader of Colombia, right? Yo quiero todo el mundo. And I'll leave that up to everyone to Google. This as Western aligned. That's what we're doing. I guess we'll go with fast growth and just pay money we don't have. That will keep. Yeah, our debt's gonna grow. I don't know how bad that's gonna get, but our GDP per capita should also grow as our productivity goes up. So, oh, and our power gen's doing a little better there now for no reason. That's cool. But yeah, I don't like enough words in Spanish to formulate sentences after too much time. I guess I'm gonna say accept, and we're just gonna accept the influence from Brazil. Like way too much time to make words into sentences. But I don't know enough of like past tense, future tense, all the tenses to actually make my sentences make sense. I can only equate it to being like kindergartner level, probably. It's like, if I needed to find out where to go to like find the bathroom, that's all I can ask. Oh, come on, power. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of words like I'm just not gonna know. Too. Like, I don't know what soldiers are. I don't know if tanks seem like they'd be a more modern addition, like computadora or whatever like computer is, where it's like it's recent added into the language. It's more like it's more English aligned because that's where it was made. But you get like older things. I don't know what like any of that would be. And here we go. Should be getting our light industry investments shortly. I'm also curious, do we have boats? We do have boats. So apparently in the last patch, because it says 1.12.3, right? The 1.12.3 B, they did reduce the naval dominance requirements supposedly. And I couldn't tell you unless I go to a place where we played, which would have been by Korea. So let's check that out. That looks like it's less. I think it was 298. So they've lowered it a little bit. Yeah, this was over 700. I know that. Yeah, this is 30 less than it was because that was 198. Yeah, so it is a little bit less of a requirement. That does make it more viable to do, like, take control over sea routes. But did they fix the naval invasion issues? If they didn't fix the naval invasion problem, there's no point. And I guess we'll try here with Panama at some point. Let's get out of the Navy. I'm gonna keep the boats though, because I know we need them for my tests. Because I'm going to run tests. Because the other playthrough I'm doing is Australia, and that's also kind of an island. I mean, it is. It's a giant island. So it's going to be imperative. I can do probably much easier to get an Air Force with that playthrough. But anyway, Panama is nationalist, so we can eventually take military action and do our invasion tests that way. Yeah, I'm not really interested in military industry right now. That's expensive and a waste of money. Definitely want roads though, where available. The political power stuff is nice because that would allow me to take reductions in a couple areas that I'm gonna need. So let's go ahead and start bumping political power so I can unlock further into this tree a couple things and also lower our corruption. So that's gonna be the first goal is just lower corruption, see where our budget ends up and where our debt kind of finalizes at. While we try and build roads. I do need to take that focus for the roads as well. Because we're just going to keep taking loans. And our interest rate's going to keep spiking. What is this? Yeah, we don't have a base enrichment facility. We're at neutral. I do like that these are bigger. It does help visually. For old people like me. Or older. Getting older. I would say aging. There we go. Aging people. There we go. That's a better word. United States. We want to build infrastructure. Yes. Build infrastructure for our people. Please. Yeah, it does boost fuel capacity, which helps. Let's see if it doesn't crash on me. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of lay out. I'll just show everyone kind of what my battle plan is first, right? Resources. Definitely resources. I went steel and metals. And then we'll use green first. Red will be a more intense fight. But we're going to go for Panama. And then blue will be the Colombia Guyana expansion. We'll go green, red, blue. And as a route of progression. By any means necessary. I don't think Bolivia... Yeah, see, Bolivia is western aligned, and so is Chile and Brazil. So this is kind of like a wall. So we'd have to... Oh, are all of them western aligned? Except for Paraguay. Or Paraguay? I guess would be... Oh, there's no resources. Pointless. Doesn't even matter. Never mind. Yeah, we need light metal from Guyana. Ooh, a lot of pop-ups. Ooh, more pop-ups. Hopefully it's not a prelude to a conflict. Looks like we got a civilian industry. Randomly, I guess. So we at 10? We are at 10. Okay, cool. The Air Force. No active Air Force. I'm going to assume we just have nothing in stockpile either. Oh, we do have some Mirages. We actually have heavy lifts, so we can do air assaults. I was wrong. That's actually insane. Okay, so we are going to focus on airborne units. Like, if this was a normal playthrough where the naval invasions actually worked, I would do not airborne units. Air assault infantry is very odd. No. Can they actually? They do actually parachute now. Okay. I don't know when they fixed that. That was broke for a while. They are special forces. Are they more expensive, though, than regular airborne? Towards the cap. Yeah, so this is still valid. Uses 30 transport helis. That is expensive. And I'm going to imagine we do not have the... Oh, we can. Oh, let's go ahead and start making what we need to make then. That's crazy. What? Different convoys, repair ships? Oh, this is interesting. Support ships. These are new. This is totally new. This is kind of cool. Troops around for performing naval invasions. The repair. These do... I don't know what these support ships do. Looks like they're adding sub detection. But let's go ahead and just have base convoys, so we're stacking convoys. And get all that queued up. I'm going to lower our airborne infantry requirement. Well, I don't have enough power. Okay, I guess we'll just keep the design as is. Fine. Fine. Not doing anything. Indumil. What is this? All around equipment manufacturer. So we have our own not small arms company. That's pretty cool. But we have to use that for... Okay. go ahead and get all the shoulder-mounted equipment laid out. Commercialized agriculture district gives us a pot bonus, tax revenue bonus, and fuel gain. A minor amount. Very, very minor, but it is enough. Power is going to be a problem. I'm going to imagine we need to build an actual fossil fuel plant. You can just add it to the stack. I'm going to push that up, though. Probably need to do that immediately after we max roads. As much as we can. I'll see what happens, because we could actually get stuff through the progression tree of the focus tree. Or progression of the focus tree. Yeah. This is ridiculous why this costs this much. Cartels. Oh, look at that. I just thought we had nothing, but no, we do have cartels. Okay. Well, that makes the whole corruption thing pretty hard to get rid of, right? Doesn't look like this will directly affect. What are their decisions? Okay, so you have crime. Mafia syndicates, drug cartels, gangs. Political influence of the cartels is 20. Strength is 40. So you have to spend political power to get rid of the cartels, huh? Yeah, who's the guy? I think it's the Honduran dude, or is it Guatemala or El Salvador? Some guy here arrested like everyone, all the corrupt judges, did what he had to do. Probably got some innocents, but he got most of the bad guys. Kind of a yeah, I feel like all this is just gonna absolutely bring about like ultimate chaos. This could be fun. Foreign celebrity was murdered. You know what? I don't have the money, so they shouldn't have associated with criminals. We're gonna have a zero tolerance policy. Zero. You heard me. Zero. Second Grand Colombia. Now defunct state encompassing the modern nation states of Ecuador, Colombia, Panama, and Venezuela. Bolivarian state is one of the epitomes of South American strength. Alright. Union of South American Nations. One super state. Learning of Spanish and Portuguese. What's the requirement here? You must puppet South America, every territory. Okay. Andean, I guess this is related to the mountains. So Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia for the Andes. Venezuela and Ecuador. Okay, so both of those. Got it. But not Panama, though. Right? Look, Panama's not a requirement. Very interesting. Alright, so I am going to have to watch this cartel situation. I'm imagining 0 political influence and strength is my goal, but I don't know. This costs command power. You lose political power and command power increase. Police cost goes up. It doesn't show me what the benefit is as far as like the immediate effects. Oh, they're more likely to succeed. I see that now. All cartel divisions are 25% or 15% more likely to go through. It makes sense. This is just generally going to help. This is construction speed bonus. Is that permanent? That looks like it's a permanent bonus. Like, we have to grab that. Darfur front. Alright, I think I do have some of the bonus, right? Yeah, we're up to 30% here now. Yeah, the rampant corruption. A bit much. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a normal playthrough with like an island nation or something that doesn't have any focus tree, but no, there's an actual decision tree here that's pretty cool. Colombia is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a fiesta, guys. We're gonna be celebrating in South America our great victory over the nationalist states and whatever emerging government type is here. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next episode as we get probably our first tick of corruption reduction going. Yeah. And our economy. Oh wow, look at the US at 10 trillion there off bat. Just right off rip. What are we at? 500 billion. So I was low. So we're actually kind of pretty high up from the start. Awesome. And equipment wise, what do we got? Well, that's fun. We just have deficits. APCs. How do we have deficits of APCs? Are these... How would these have APCs? I'll have to look at that in the next one. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next episode. Y'all take care.